I'm new to Amazon selling and would like to know, should I continue doing this? This was given to me a couple days ago on my YouTube channel. And it's primarily, I think a lot of it, because I've been posting a lot of videos, is Amazon dead? Is Walmart dead? Is Dollar Tree dead? And so let's kind of talk a little bit about the retail arbitrage model. Specifically, I'll talk about it for Canada. In the US, it's really healthy. It's not dead. It's just, I think people's concerns are that there's a lot of sellers in the US market. So they're just more concerned if it's saturated or not, which, if you understand anything about business and about things that are generally growing, you look at growth. You don't necessarily look at the amount of sellers, but you look at the growth that a company's having, and Amazon's having. As we all know, they're having staggering growth, which means there's room for a lot of people to sell products. Because if you look at growth versus selection of products or inventory and what people are buying versus the amount of sellers, it really isn't that saturated. In Canada, it's actually pre-need, meaning we're really before the point of growth here. Amazon has not come to a point where they're starting to accelerate their numbers in Canada. If you look at an S curve, we're still at the bottom of the S curve. We're pre-need. We're down here. That means that if you're a new seller and you're wanting to do retail arbitrage in Canada or private label in Canada, that it's not competitive. There's sellers, there are a lot of sellers, but it's not competitive. And by a lot, it's still pre-need, it's still, there's still a lot of benefit to be had for people to join an Amazon or start selling on the Amazon platform. That's for sure. And not only that, but the fact that Amazon is expanding their growth in this country, opening up more fulfillment centers to house more products, make it a really good opportunity for people to sell on the platform. Whether you're new or old, doesn't matter. It just is a good opportunity in Canada to sell on the platform. That's for sure. When I started selling on Amazon a couple years ago, nothing's changed. I haven't seen much change. Our population is the same. Sellers, I don't know what the number of sellers are on the Canadian platform. I think one thing is when I started selling on a platform years ago, there was a few more trending products that sellers at that time were having a lot more success with. Products like solar eclipse glasses, products like fidget spinners, where private label sellers were launching those products and selling upwards 100 units a day, making $5, $10 per unit. Do the math on that. They were having a lot of success. It was short-term success that killed off a lot of sellers because they could not find a sustainable product going forward. So therefore they weren't having the success you would think they were having as a seller, which is like any business. If you can't find products to sustain your business, short-term, huge growth is good, but it's not impactful. It doesn't have a lasting effect, and everyone's going to tell you, I'd rather have a product where I make $3,000 a month for month after month after month after month versus a product that I made $15,000 the first month, $12,000 the second month, and then the third month I made $6,000, and the fourth month I lost $5,000. That's going to have a negative impact on you as a seller. So not that, and I'll say this again, not that I wouldn't jump on trends, but I would encourage, my advice and my tip to new sellers is to find products that are solutions to people's problems and that have a long shelf life or life expectancy. Don't go through too many upgrades or versions of it. That's how you'll have growing success with the products. Once you establish a foundation of those products, then you can also launch trendy products. There's nothing wrong with that, but you do need sustainability. But retail arbitrage is not dead. Private label is not dead. What is dead, definitely, in terms of selling products from, is places like Dollar Tree, because if you're a new seller, it's too difficult for you to have immediate success when you're trying to just sell products from there. But on the flip side, so I rated it a 3 out of 10, which is not good. But on a flip side, if you're looking to sell books, then they're the opposite. They're like a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10 as far as their books are concerned. They're really affordable. You can probably get 80 titles for $100, and you can send 80 books to Amazon right away and start seeing profit immediately on your very first. As soon as your books arrive, that day you'll start seeing sales on your products. And that's what people want. They don't necessarily care about that big gain, although that's huge. There's that money out there, but they want, especially in the retail arbitrage world, I think new sellers want to see that the business is viable and that it does work. So retail arbitrage is affordable. It's dead in the sense that it's not. 2 years ago, I found more branding products in that store than I do today. 2 years ago, I found more hot buys in that store than I do today. Even 2 years ago, 1 year ago, I found more books in that store than I do today. I don't buy nearly as much inventory from there as I did in the past. I don't bundle as much from there as I did in the past. Truth be told, I don't go there as much as I did in the past. As you evolve as a seller, you change where you shop, what you can afford to buy and how much you can afford to spend on a per item basis. Your cost of goods will change as a seller, versus as a new seller. So that's part of the reason to my saying, Dollar Tree is dead. But take it for what it is. It has its pros and its cons. If you're new, I do recommend it for its books, but not for its other products. If you're experienced or you have a few months under your belt and you know how to bundle, I do recommend going there and bundling things together, creating a few listings with some cool bundles from there. By bundle, it's like buy 3 of the same product and list it versus just 1, buy 3, and then you can list it for value. Things that people want and need because you can get it there cheap.